Welcome back to Project Create Peace. Today we're going to be doing a postcard. We're sending it in to the Postcard Art Exhibit 2024 in McKinney, Texas. This is a show that was formerly known as the Twitter Art Exhibit, and it's called Art for a Cause. So what better cause than peace? And we're going to hopefully get some eyes on our project. So my vision for this particular video is that I'm going to trace over an image that I've already created, but I have a small stencil that I created the base image for, and now I'm going to just trace over it with this Conte pencil, which is white, and I guess it's probably not going to show up so great on the video, but I'm going to splice in some things that I wrote in the middle of the night the other night. I think I had too much tea late in the evening and it kept me awake. So instead of laying there tossing and turning and thinking about the things that I wanted to write about, I actually got up out of bed and got them written down. So I'm going to put that in here for you to listen to. It's my favorite topic, which is God, spirit, source, light, love, whatever you want to call it. I discuss my thoughts on what this energy is that drives us to create, to expand, to grow, and a little bit about how I believe man has framed this concept in a way that also creates hate, anger, and resentment in the world. So I hope you enjoy my thoughts. Imagine for a moment that you are an all-knowing energy force. You not only comprehend all the laws of nature in full, but you are a polymath with the deepest understandings of physics, statistics, and every single related and unrelated universal truth in every single known and unknown field of study. Imagine not that you studied them, but you created them. That all-knowing cosmic creator of all that is the life energy that is within each of us, residing within this water vessel we call our body. We are carrying around God and allowing God to experience this existence within us. That which makes the cell divide, the lungs to breathe, and the heart to beat, this cosmic force knows us far better than we know ourselves. This all-knowing energy force whispers to us in the moments of quiet between thoughts and has the ability to align our lives to the path of ultimate bliss and joy. Joy. Joy is such a simple word. Similar words to define joy include jubilation, exultation, and delight. This small word encompasses so much and reflects the love that is available to us through this whisper of cosmic creator energy, should we push aside the chatter of the mind long enough to hear it. In my experience, joy is the laughter of a child, the song of the birds in spring, and the feeling of riding your bike in the summer down a big hill with your butt up off the seat to take in all the wind and energy of the moment as you effortlessly race to the bottom. Joy is being in the present moment without other thoughts judging whether that moment is good or bad, where we simply rejoice in what is, in communion with the cosmic creator's energy residing within us. I used to believe that joy in the hearts of man delighted God, and this delight was what brought more of the same to your experience. While I still believe this to be true to some extent, I would hesitate to ascribe the feelings of delight or any other emotion to God. Our human minds describe it as feelings, but it seems to me the energy of God is simply that, energy. The all-knowing energy force of this world is experiencing all the sadness, joy, ecstasy, and heartbreak in the entire world, all at the exact same time. But it's also experiencing what the grass feels like to grow and how the birds feel as they fly. The great cosmic creator is not governing, or rather blessing or torturing us based on our man-made belief systems. That concept is far too small for such a powerful energy force. The creator is simply interested in the experience of what it's like to be you in your water vessel. You are a unique vibration in this world with talents only you possess and potential only you will unlock. To be all-knowing is to be intrigued with that which is both unique and unpredictable, for that is the unknown. This is exactly why the all-knowing force has created the universe in the first place, to experience that which is unknown. It is why we have free will, for it created an unpredictability that is the one thing the all-knowing energy cannot create for itself. We are here to find the path to joy by harnessing our minds and finding the quiet between thoughts to become one with the all-knowing energy force that can guide us with grace and ease to alignment with the energy creation we have within. To find flow and mastery of the mind is the only mission we ever need to pursue in this life, and when we attain that, it becomes a driving force to want to help others find this peace too, as long as it does not disrupt our own bliss. To an infinite God force, this lifetime is but a blip of eternity. Our lives are a mere speck on the timeline of forever, but they seem to be everything to us. It's all we have. It is this belief that drives our attachment to thought patterns that man has created, that speak to ways of living that drive humankind to seek out definitions of a successful life that do not reflect the same ideology that an all-knowing eternal energy force would value. Chasing after and attaining the physical things of this world is a concept man has created, none of which hold any importance in the spiritual realm. The health and well-being of the water vessel far outweigh any value in attaining material things. Take land, for example. Land masses, no matter the titles that are assigned to them, are not actually mankind's possessions, for this is an illusion that man has created. The earth and all living things on it are of the God force. All living organisms, from the nematodes in the living soils to all mighty elephants, are God's creations. While man might have dominion over such lands and animals according to a book written by men, the truth is that men will die and their bodies will turn to ash, but their spirit will live on and return to the all-knowing energy force. In this return, depending upon the bonds that enslaved them in their minds during this lifetime, or the ones they liberated themselves from, they will choose or be forced to do this blip of life on this planet again and again until they find the path to all-knowing within. This is the karma that drives the next lifetime. The energy of God is indeed all-knowing and eternal, but to assign the energy feelings seems very human in nature, and while some might find the idea of God, an energy instead of an all-loving being sitting on some throne disturbing, it seems far more likely that the energy of the eternal cosmic creator is simply cycling back to us the energy that we create within. The concept of a God sitting in judgment, listening to our every complaint, prayer, or cry for help is a storyline created by people who want you to stay powerless and living in fear of the unknown. From a scientific point of view, we can determine that there is indeed an energy force that connects all things. The scientists at CERN discovered this and named the unifying force field of God Higgs boson. The speck of God within each of us is the exact same speck as that which is in the blade of grass, the ants, or the hummingbirds. It is the programming of society forced upon this water vessel that houses this amazing fractal of God that keeps us from hearing the Higgs boson speak. Our minds endlessly chatter over the whisper in pursuit of the comparison to others we use to measure a successful life. This definition of success is man's creation and drives us further and further from the natural world, until we are so wrapped in the storyline that we rarely make the time to calm the mind and commune with the other amazing creatures of this realm, who help us dial in the signal of the all-knowing residing within us all. The universe is driven to expand. We are meant to stay curious, to seek answers, and to grow in knowledge as a species, to find and discover all the universal truths. The next level of expansion is to break free of the traditions that keep us thinking small and to find ways to expand into the best versions of ourselves that we can be. The thoughts in our heads are the energy creation that fuels our future. We can attribute this to the belief system of our choice, but every single thought is energy created within the water vessel that either propels the future with positivity or sucks the joy from the future with judgments, usually based in anger or fear. The goal, of course, is no thought at all, for in the moment of awe, where the deepest gratitude is created, is where the all-knowing life force shares its wisdom. This is the state beyond belief, to a knowing of God. To be free of the reaction to disdain, outrage, and judgment, one must first acknowledge that maybe we don't actually know all the answers. We have to be willing to accept that the storyline we have been indoctrinated into this society is deeply flawed and meant to divide and manipulate. For when men are distracted, they're easier to control. We must have open minds about all the potentials and be curious about what might be. For even more importantly, we need to be far more compassionate toward one another because we have all been manipulated, abused, tormented, and purposefully distracted from knowing the God within. The foundation of the story is crumbling across so many mainstream storylines. Everyone must show grace to others as we work toward discovering the universal truths of this world. We only get there if we find resiliency in our thinking and quiet the fear-based narratives on repeat in our heads. Every person needs to find the therapy that works for them. There is no single answer for everyone, since every person represents a unique life experience. All the solutions to our unique unrest need to be individually tailored to fit each person. There is no one-size-fits-all solution, but art is one therapy that seems to work for most people. Study after study shows that art improves problem-solving skills and enhances the individual's overall sense of well-being. These facts are not disputable, as they are shown through detailed studies that art helps create synapses in the brain where there were none before. When exposed to regular art therapy, patients with dementia have been shown to have significant improvement. While structured therapy is hugely beneficial, art on its own without structure is also proven to create a similar response. This is the very basis for Project Create Peace, helping humanity find a therapy that will guide us to the next level of existence, because this one, in the manner in which we know it right now, is crumbling, and we need creative solutions to come through this peacefully. Our foundation is based on manipulations, and our energy is systematically being hijacked to focus on fear and anger. We need to rewire our brains, and art is the method I use to find my peace. It is my offering to the world to help others find theirs. The consequences of the humans on this planet creating art to unlock their brains would result in masses awakening to clearer thought processes, less judgment, and more compassion for their fellow man. The symbols as they relate to peace created in this effort would show all living beings, including the multidimensional and extraterrestrial life forms, that indeed, humanity is ready for the next level. We show this through our energy creation within and reinforce that by physically spending time in the creation of peace. This effort is not about any one person. It is about all of us finding unity in the idea of transcending the current situation on this planet and rising above to become the best versions of ourselves that we can be. Join me. Create peace. This is Project Create Peace, and I am Xene Abraham. Now, go make art. Thank you for listening. If you enjoyed this, please like, subscribe, and follow as we grow and expand and take this to the world.